Okay.
Hi, I'm Jim.
And I am Vicki Delaney, and we are Continuous Process Improvement. January, I met Jim, and we discovered that we have a passion, and that is to help small to medium-sized businesses reduce their costs for ISO certification and management, but also to help them improve their operations. Both of us have this thing about money, is that ISO 9001 has everything to do with the financial output of your company. And so we found that we really had this passion together. So as we were working together to pull the company together, Jim was talking to his clients, his customers, and as a result of his discussions, this company really began to understand what their mission is. And we're very, very clear about why we're here. And we're here for you to cut your costs so you can improve your business and your bottom line. So, Jim, tell us about some of the things that you heard from your clients.
Yes, in talking with my clients, and I serve small and medium-sized companies, both in continuous improvement and in production equipment brokerage. And I talked in terms, it would listen to their needs and heard the same stories over and over again about their customers requiring ISO 9001, ISO 13485, yet the certification was very expensive, or perhaps they had these certifications in the past, but they were too expensive to maintain. So maybe they felt they still had compliant systems, yet uh, they could not sell to certain markets because of not having that certification. And for a small company, there was a lot of frustration. There was a lot of fear when the auditor would come in and they'd have to scramble, pull all sorts of records together. There were a lot of non value added steps that really were very stressful, painful for the small company. And the benefit sometimes became questionable. We spend a couple hundred hours maintaining this system. How does this work for us when it's hard to justify that effort compared to potential customers? So uh, we saw a real, in talking with these customers time and time again, and I have 1,100 clients I talk to on a regular basis, but either in terms of email or many of them phone calls. I spend a lot of time talking individually with folks, and truly, this is a need that is just not being filled. Affordable ISO certification and support. So, uh, boy, that started a a revelation, both with Vicki and I as we talked. Um, we had met each other, talked in terms of, and I understood that she was a ISO expert. She's spoken, she's provided hundreds of ISO certifications and continuous improvement consulting for these companies. And so we started talking about a better way to offer affordable ISO for small to medium sized companies.
Yes, we did. And it was interesting because it was like peeling the layers of the onion. As we started off, okay, well, we're stuck with the auditors, how can we make it easier for them? And I was a lead auditor for quite a while, and I knew that there was permission to do remote audits, that the accreditation how can I say, organization that keeps the registrars in line or certifies them, had given them permission to do remote audits. And as a quality system manager for a company that had sites in 8 international sites and 2 in the US, I had actually implemented a remote audit system for my internal audits because it didn't make sense for me to travel all these distances and to just sit there and look at documents, talk to people, and then come home and write a report. It just didn't make sense. So thinking this, I thought there's got to be a registrar that is doing remote audits. You can't tell me there isn't one. And interestingly enough, I was at an IATF lead auditor class, and I met a guy that his company was certified by a registrar that did remote audits. And he says, yeah, I only pay $975. I send them all my records, and I've got my certificate. And I'm like, come on, that can't be real. You sure? That's not legal. He said, yeah, it is. So I got good old Google, and I Googled, and I found, yes, there is one registrar out there, and that registrar is accredited, and yes, it is legal. So then the light bulb went on. Oh my God, no more auditors on site. No more frustration because the auditors won't tell you what you need to do. And you don't have to waste your time babysitting them while they're there. So understanding this and then combining what Jim told me about these small companies just not having the bandwidth, they didn't have the people to be able to effectively manage the quality system. And it was also an observation of mine in the over 300 audits that I've been to, that they needed a different kind of support. So Jim and I are talking, and I said, maybe we can outsource quality management of the quality management system. Not quality management, but the management system. And he says, yeah, that might work. So I got on Google. Nobody's doing it. And then I said, is it legal? The answer is yes. There's nothing there that says you can't do it, but it made absolute sense. So the next thing we figured out is we had done some quotes for some of his clients, and of course, typical quotes for doing certification consulting are high. And there was a resistance. And I thought about that. I said, yeah. At that time I was looking for a webmaster, and I'm seeing $6,000, $10,000. I'm like, oh man, no way. And then we found Arlie, and he charges us $300 a month. Oh, Jim, we can use that system for outsourcing quality management system management, a monthly fee that he could put on a credit card, and every month we call them, we do mini internal audits, or we guide them on problems they might be having. And that is how continuous process improvement began. So Jim then started reaching out to his clients. So what happened?
Well, that's right. And I want to just say that each of those ideas, remote audits, the outsourced quality management system, and subscription based as a business model, were huge revelations for me. They were just huge light bulbs. In addition to that, there was something that Vicki's probably a little bit too modest on, and that is she had created through her 300 plus certifications and QMS consulting, she had created a simplification system that included the quality management system on one document. Everything's there where you can find it. The record keeping on one spreadsheet, one workbook, where again, everything is there where you can find it. This is a huge simplification that every small company should use probably, and very few do, because those systems are generally grown organically and not placed in single documents like that. Um, so in talking with clients, um, you know, we started putting these ideas out there and really getting some very positive feedback and some hesitation. Is this even possible? How do you do this? How can remotely, how can you look at my equipment? How can you look at my calibration? Well, if you do have that that ISO quality management system, you have record keeping that includes your maintenance records. It includes your calibration, equipment calibration records. That management system represents all the physical aspects of your system. And remote auditing was put in place years ago with the recognition that the technology allows for file sharing. It allows for file sharing from one point in the world to another almost instantaneously. Video allows for additional verification as needed. And so we started to see the pieces of a business model that created a very affordable ISO solution that neither one of us had seen in the market. Vicki, over 25 years of doing audits, no one is doing exactly this. And it serves the small and medium companies very well. So as we started going back to these small manufacturers with this solution, we started getting additional information that's helped us to create um, basically a simplified, outsourced system on remote audits as a liaison to remote certification service. So you have the complete management of the certification and the management system that's required. And what this does is it takes a huge burden off of most manufacturers that don't have dedicated staff to maintain and manage that certification and that quality management system. So, as we go into the marketplace, we're starting to see more and more excitement as our customers are starting to also put these several ideas together in terms of affordability, remote auditing. It's okay. Like Vicki says, it's legal. It's also moral and ethical, and it's the most affordable by far. So we are, as we talk to folks, we get very excited. Every day gives us a reason uh, to go out and talk with more people. We're serving small manufacturers. We're serving small service-based customers. Every industry and small to medium-sized company can potentially benefit from this.
Yep. So if you want more information about our program, and as one of my customers said, as I was doing the remote audit, which is done by Zoom, just like this video, she said to me, "Boy, this sure beats you coming out here." Didn't know whether to be insulted or not, but anyway, I'm sure she didn't mean it that way. But all I'm saying is if you want more information, just click on the button for scheduling a discovery call. And we, Jim and I, can help you understand how we can save you money, add value to your business operations, because we have years and years and years of experience of managing businesses, of consulting with businesses, and actually working in manufacturing, so we know exactly all of it. So this is it for now. If you're interested, please schedule an appointment. We look forward to speaking with you.